In this video, we're going to be going over some of the newer changes that have just hit the PTR in New World. I wanted to make this video because I've made some videos previously pertaining to the PTR and some of the items on it. A lot of that information has changed, and there's some pretty big changes that I needed to share with you guys just to clear up any misinformation that may be out there. The first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about are flame cores and the changes that were made to those, because this is a pretty big change. If you watched the video that I did previously about flame cores, I went over where to farm them, what they are, why you need them, and how many you are going to need to farm. If you haven't seen that video or you want to watch it again, I'll make sure to link that down in the description below. But the big change coming in for flame cores now is that they are no longer going to be bind on pickup. This is a pretty massive change for flame cores, because before they were bind on pickup and you were literally going to have to go grind them out or loot them all yourself. You were not going to be able to trade for them or purchase them, and you need a lot of these things. It was going to take you a long time to acquire all of them. Well, now that they are no longer bind on pickup, you are going to be able to purchase them from the trading post and from other players. So in the patch notes, it says specifically they adjusted flame cores to no longer be bind on pickup. They added trading post category information for flame cores, and they modified the category of some season activities and added a new season activity task to craft flame cores. In my opinion, this is an excellent change. I'm very glad they did this, because going on chest run after chest run after chest run to acquire all of these flame cores was going to be pretty miserable, to be honest. I just want to be able to buy them if I have the extra coin laying around. This is also a great way for players to go on chest runs if they're trying to earn a little bit of additional coin, because you can get flame cores and then obviously sell them to other players and make a little bit of money. I think this is a fantastic change, and I for one was very excited to see this. But I wanted to clear the air, because in the flame core video that I did, I mentioned that they were bind on pickup, and now they no longer are. Great stuff in my opinion. The next item I wanted to talk about are shards of consecrated iron. These are now eligible to drop for players of all levels. They were previously only an eligible drop for lower level players on named AI. This is a pretty big change coming in, because currently shards of consecrated iron are pretty expensive. On my server now, they're about 9k-ish on the low end, 11k roughly on the high end. So these are pretty sought after and pretty expensive craft mods. If you don't know, the shard of consecrated iron is used for freedom. That's the craft mod you need to put that perk on your gear. Well, now that they're making this change to allow it to be an eligible drop for players of all levels, this is going to make this craft mod a little bit more readily available. That's going to drop the price of this craft mod, which means you're going to be able to acquire it cheaper after the patch, which is a good thing. So if you're holding on to those now, you may want to get rid of them or sell them. Get them out of your inventory now while you can, or try to sell them at a high price while you can, because after the patch, I would fully expect these to drop. It might take a little while after the patch for the price to drop, but I do think eventually there's going to be a lot more supply of these on the trading post, which is going to ultimately drop the price. So if you have some of these, I would try to offload them now at a really good price while you still can. The next thing I wanted to talk about is a change coming into the season pass. New World just recently released a Forged in Eternum video talking about the season pass, and then along with that, they released an entire news post on their website, which is incredibly lengthy. But what I found interesting was in the FAQ part of this, it talks about how you can buy a head start pass. So I just want to go over this with you guys really quickly. One of the questions in the FAQ was, can I buy the premium reward track late into the season? Well, we already knew this information, and the answer was yes. When you purchase the premium reward track, you'll receive all of the rewards up to your current season pass level retroactively, which I think is an excellent thing to have in the game. The next thing though, however, is something that I don't think anybody knew until they released this FAQ recently, and this is what I wanted to bring to your attention. If you purchase a head start pass, which is 20,000 marks of fortune, or roughly $19.99, I think is what 20,000 marks of fortune is. I think $19.99 gives you 23,000 marks of fortune, but roughly $20 will get you this. So if you purchase the head start pass for 20,000 marks of fortune, you're going to gain plus 20 levels to your current level. You can purchase this before making any progress and start off at level 20, unlocking all the premium and free rewards to that level. Or for example, if you are level 40 and purchase the head start pass, it will jump your progress and rewards instantly to level 60. Please note that once you purchase the premium reward tracker, hit level 81, you will not be able to purchase the head start pass, but you can still purchase individual levels, which are 1,000 marks of fortune. And then below it says players can also purchase individual levels if desired for 1,000 marks of fortune each. So what this means is that if you just want to buy your way all the way up to 100, you can do that. If you want to just bypass doing all of the content for the season pass, you can just buy your way up to maximum level and obtain all of the rewards. In some ways, this could be viewed as a very good thing, and in other ways, this could obviously be viewed viewed as a very negative thing. I think most games that have some sort of season system in them also offer this type of mechanic where you can purchase your way through the pass. However, the good side of this is that if you are nearing the end of the season and you don't think you're going to have time to complete the season pass or complete the content, you can then purchase your way up so you don't miss out on any of the cosmetics or any of the items that you would have otherwise missed out on. That part of it is quite nice. Obviously, the flip side of this is the argument of pay to win, and that opens up a whole other can of worms. But nonetheless, I wanted to bring this to you because this was new information. You can do this. This is going to be available with the season pass moving forward. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was very important to me to bring to your attention as well, because I have done a complete guide to the Empyrean Forge Expedition. We dropped that a couple weeks back whenever we first ran that expedition. And in that video, I talk about how you need to switch your gear whenever you encounter the first boss in the expedition named Ifrit. That boss was previously Angry Earth. Well, they have went back and reverted that boss to now be human. This is another excellent change in my opinion. So now there really isn't any reason, or there is no reason at all, to have to switch your gear from your Human Bane, Human Ward gear into Angry Earth Ward or Angry Earth Bane gear whenever you are encountering the first boss Ifrit. This is a great change and I am super glad they did this, but I just wanted to clear that up here in this video because now you no longer need to change your gear. That change was made. It is now a human mob versus an Angry Earth mob. Thank goodness. Very great change in my opinion. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is that there is a new world boss coming in with this update as well. If you're not already aware, it's called the Fury of the Spriggan. I have a complete video, a complete guide on that event. If you're interested in that, I'll make sure to link that down in the description below as well. But just know there is a new world boss coming in. I think it looks like it's going to be some sort of seasonal world boss, that this might change like every month or every season. That's kind of what it looks like to me. I'm not sure yet. I don't know how that's going to work, but I would assume that's what's going to happen. I think that every season it makes sense, or even every month it makes sense for us to get a new one of these world bosses. And I'm not too mad at this. I don't mind the world bosses so much as an addition to content versus it being the big content we get. In the past, we've gotten these big world bosses that are drops and they get pretty stale after a little while because that is like the main content you're getting in the game for that time. I think these will be great if they add them in addition to other content. This is just something else you can do. Another method to go grind gear or to get really good items or whatever the boss is going to drop. I'm not mad at this at all. I think this is fine. The world bosses typically aren't anything super special, but this addition with the world bosses in there, I think will be fine. As long as they rotate them out on either a monthly or a seasonal basis just to keep things fresh, I think it'll ultimately be a fine addition to the game. But that's it for this one, boys and girls. I just wanted to bring you those changes. I felt very obligated to bring you some of them, especially the Ifrit change from going from Angry Earth to human, and of course the Flame Core change, because in the recent videos that I have done, both of those were mentioned in there and they have since changed. So I just wanted to make the video clearing those things up for you guys. But that'll do it for this one, boys and girls. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy New World or enjoy New World content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that as well. And as always, you can come hang out with us on Twitch, twitch.tv/BDLG. I'm there every Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. CST. I'd love to see you there. That'll do it for this one. We'll see you in the next one.